What's going on, Michael?
I always wonder who's going to say that first. I'm going to let you do it.
Well, here's the deal. I was going to have you, but then I was like, I looked at you. I'm like, I don't know if he's going to say something.
How long is it going to go?
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Oh man, how's your week been? Mine's been crazy, but broke down in St. George on the way back, and then my car's been in the shop all week. We've been down one car. Been crazy, but I'm glad to slow down there in the weekend, and yeah, I'm here to have some fun.
Yeah, you're going to have to tell me that story later, but my week's been pretty normal. Thank goodness.
Okay. Well, good. Good. Well, awesome. We have a great guest tonight, guys. So we will introduce him in just 1 second. But for now, sit back, relax, and we're going to be starting soon here. All right, sweet. Well, should we, without further ado, bring our guest in here? Those who watched Spidey Hits last night got a little preview of SIIKE, and here he is tonight. What's up, SIIKE?
Hey, guys. Hey, thanks again for having me on.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. I was headbanging to that intro. Gets me every time. It's got great energy to it.
Nice.
You like that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's grown on me too. I was gonna change it, but I was like, you know what? I do like the beat of that.
We're very lucky. We have one of our altars is very sound savvy, unlike some of the rest of us, and he makes a lot of our current music for our YouTube channel. And it's one of those things where it like when we're in therapy, they'll talk to us, and I'll go, "Wait, what?" And then I find out he makes music, and he's like, "Yeah, I make music," and then I hear it, and I go, wait, so I can do that? But, obviously I can't do that. We have different skill sets. So it's cool. So if you ever want a song, let us know. I'm sure Purple would love to make one for you guys.
All right. We'll definitely look at that.
Cool.
So,
Michael
might have a couple questions for you. We talked earlier a little bit, and we were fascinated with your story a bit. And
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I get that a lot. We get questions all the time.
Yeah.
So we're whatever you want to know. We'll Spidey made us feel very comfortable, and then talking to you, you behind the scenes and stuff. When more comfortable we are with people, the more willing we are to share. So ask away, no problem.
Good. Well, before you ask that, do you want me to talk about my brother, or do you want to just ask this first?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to let you know, my brother passed away in 2019. He had bipolar.
Mm-hmm.
He struggled with that probably when he got engaged the first time when he was 21. So since he was 21 all the way until age 35, he had clinical bipolar, manic disorder, a few different things that they just couldn't ever manage. They were able to come down to some medication that helped him just kind of level out, but he was depressed a lot, and so I totally understand a little bit about mental health because of my brother. And so I know it's very important to talk about it because if my brother had some communication from others that had similar circumstances like him, I might be a different place. Like he might still be around, but who knows, but I know he's in a better place now. I believe in heaven, and I believe he is in a better place right now. He left she's now 8-year-old daughter. And so she's great. We get to talk to her, FaceTime and all that stuff. She lives in Colorado. But just to kind of let you know a little bit about my background, that's where a lot of my childhood came from, as me and my younger brother collected Marvel cards.
Cool.
And so we had a connection there that was great. I mean, he would today, if he was still around, he would be so excited about this Marvel stuff, like all these Marvel cards coming back.
I'm sure it's like it's like a paradise for nerds the last like 15 years, you know. It's been amazing.
Yeah. So
Well, I'm sure he's still here and he's seeing the smile on your face for sure.
he is. Yeah, for sure. But no, I appreciate you coming. I appreciated the live that you had with Spidey last night. It takes a lot of you know, just takes a lot of bravery to talk about things like that. And so definitely it was a nice, refreshing thing to see, because we know that in this hobby or in life in general, everything's about mental health. You know, everything's you know, if someone's in a bad state or a good state, you know, of mind, and it all comes down to that. So
Yeah, well, I appreciate you telling me that. I didn't know that about you and your brother, and I have a lot of great stories to talk about my brother too in similar regards. And he's the younger brother. I'm the older one. But he like when we had our aneurysm rupture, like our mom, I don't want to get too much into her business, but she has bipolar. She's diagnosed with bipolar also, and so mental health stuff does run kind of in our family. And my brother, he was there for me after I had to relearn to walk and talk after the aneurysm. So he was there every step of the way, and he was encouraging me by buying me comic books to read. You know, when I was investing, he's a big card collector. Blue, my alter, is also a card collector, and he kind of got into it because of our brother. So you know, over the years, I've bought in some cards like Ghost Rider, you know, from the '90s, and The Crow, and I've opened them on my channel, but I never got fully into a set quite like this one. And I think because the Moon Knight show resonated with us so much, we went like I think 22 boxes in on this. I've never spent that kind of money on anything before. So this was, you know, a way for us to communicate with people. The one thing this show gave us was a, a way to explain things and have someone be able to watch a show that kind of does a pretty empathetic and compassionate job at exploring, you know, DID. Before I'd be like, oh, did you see, you know, Fight Club? And it's like that's a very intense and possible reality for some people who have this, but for us, luckily, it's more along the lines of a Stephen and Mark relationship. Um, Although we do have who's probably like a Jake. So it is a struggle. But talking about it and being comfortable around people and using the stuff we love, like, you know, trading cards and Marvel and DC, that's such a great window for people to connect, you know, on a nerd level, but then also share some of their experiences. So, yeah, I mean, again, thanks for telling me about your brother. And like I said, he didn't go anywhere. He's watching. Trust me. I promise you that. And I know what that's like. I'm not a big. I always say I have a very specific relationship with God. He challenges me, and I get stronger. That's our relationship. But I never wanted to believe in heaven more than when our service dog, because, you know, my brother, he's close to us, and our mom, you know, we're close too, obviously, but there was a couple obstacles there for a while. But there was we had a dog and Echo, and he was our service dog. So he was there every day with us for 10 years of our life, post aneurysm. So when he passed, it was the most grief we've ever felt. And that kind of exposed our condition to me. And I learned that I'm a lot like Stephen in the regards that I'm not the original person that, you know, was born in this body. So it revealed a lot. And so, but I never wanted to believe in heaven more than when Echo passed, because I was like, he better go to a better place. Like, there has to be something. He was such a good boy. He cannot go to limbo or, you know, complete black, or like, he has to go somewhere where he's free and he's running. And then same thing with Ace, our second dog, when he passed this past Thanksgiving. I was like, there better be a heaven. So I choose to believe that there's a heaven, because those two are up there waiting for me. I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. And yeah, I'm sorry if we get heavy. You know, I know we'll have fun in the card.
I think Michael had some questions too. So
I mean, I was going to ask my questions while we open, but this is good too. I mean, we always have fun in the show, but it's good to take serious moments. And thanks for sharing. I like SIIKE. First of all, I want to compliment. I love your name. It's super unique.
Thanks.
And I love how comfortable you are talking about your life in that regards. It's just super cool. And yeah, I was just gonna bring this up when we open cards, but I can just ask you now. When it comes to mental health for the last 20 years, I've been really intrigued with people that have found natural cures. Their diseases were cured without drugs and surgery, without medicine. That's just a side hobby of mine that intrigues me so much. And I've known people and I've heard of people that have had a similar superpower disorder. I don't care what label you put on it. It doesn't matter. Like they whatever you want to call it, they're different people, different mindsets. Sure. And I was wondering if this applied to you. Some of those people, they whenever they're John, they have a certain disease or condition, whether it's as light as high blood pressure or as heavy as something more, right? But then whenever they're Bill, the doctors examine them and it's gone. They're healed. And doctors and scientists are baffled behind this. And it obviously is connected to our thoughts and how we think and who that persona is and all that. I mean, does that apply to you at all?
Definitely. Right now, Blue is not feeling well. He's got like congestion in his throat. He's coughing, but you couldn't tell by talking to me right now.
No. Yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of the unique thing about the brain is that it will convince you of things if you let it. So that's one thing we learn as we go to therapy and talk things out is, are we really sick, or is it just like our mind telling us we are? But then again, like, yeah, so I can go get blood work. I have high blood pressure. So it's funny you brought that up. But Blue does not. I stress about more things than he does. So there are a lot of things like Green is probably our strongest. He is the first alter. So he has memories that go back to when we were 9 years old. My memories go back to the aneurysm. So I remember nothing before 2010. But Green remembers all the way back to 1990. So I don't think I've ever seen him be sick ever with anything. But I will say, like, we also suffer from recurring aneurysms. So if we get like CAT scans or CT scans or anything done to us, sometimes they can come up inconclusive because they'll label it as abnormal brain activity. So it makes it harder sometimes to detect things depending. So it's possible, but yeah, that does. And that's why we don't just see like someone to talk to for therapy, but we also see doctors too.
Dude, I could talk for hours about this, and that's not what the show is about. And I want to talk to you outside the show. This is my kind of topic because hopefully it will lead to people using their mind in a better way to be healthier and better, right? Like that's
true.
There's
a lot of answers to be found in someone like us. As far as like mind over body and mind over matter. So there's a lot of exploration there that we discuss sometimes with doctors. So you're right. And it could lead to like, that's why we love that line in the show when Mark tells Steven, like, you're the greatest superpower I ever had. Because if you test us all IQ wise, which we've done, we're all average intelligence. But if you considered us all of our knowledge bases as one person, it's almost genius level because one of us has all this, woodwork skills that he can do. Another one can make songs, like I said. Like I can edit videos and write like I do. I used to work in comic books. I used to work for Mark Silvestri and Top Cow. One of us used to be a PA and work on movie sets. He was on Iron Man 1 and 2. Used to work for Sony. So we all have different memories, different experiences. It could seem superhuman at times, but if you just isolate me and talk to me, I'm a pretty average dude, you can, anytime you want to reach out, and that goes for anyone in the chat and anyone who's here. Trust me, we field questions all the time. And there are some days where I may not feel comfortable answering stuff, but I usually let people know like, hey, it's been a day, or you might get a response from one of my alters and they'll tell you, we have a rule. The first thing you do if you respond to someone on social media is say who you are. And we usually label it with a heart of our color. So.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for sharing. That's
sure.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. Awesome.
Let's get into the box of Moonknight. Because that's really, you're the center of the show tonight. And then we have a couple of those we can add to it. But I think we'll start with your main box.
Okay. And I'll talk a little bit about the cards, but if you have questions about them, it's funny when I originally wanted to be on the show, like Blue, he's an expert in cards, but I'm not. I had to learn a lot, but I learned really fast opening some of these boxes, and so for me, now I know a lot about the set. So if you have questions about it, that's fine. And if you or anyone in the chat have questions about us, feel free to ask as well.
Awesome. SIIKE, I got a question, buddy.
Sure.
What are the top 2 or 3 hits? Just by, are there one of ones, the main actor's autograph? Like, what are your top 2 or 3
that we got or that we're looking for
that exist or that you're looking for?
Well, I mean, we got a one-of-one printing plate already. Nice. So that was really cool. I personally like how things are made. So like having a piece of the foundation of the card is really cool to me because I'm like, oh, that's kind of how the sausage is made kind of thing. And I'm into that kind of stuff. So for me, I like the printing plate. We were both, me and Blue, after an Oscar Isaac autograph, but Blue was the one who landed it, but I did get 2 Conchu autographs. So for us, we're done buying. This is our last box. We saved it for you guys. After like 22 boxes, I'm like, dude, we're too broke. We cannot buy more of these. But yeah, those were on the top for me. So I think I'm pretty happy with where we are. So whatever we get in this box is all gravy, in my opinion.
Awesome, bud. That's
awesome. So honored you're sharing with us.
And yeah, of course.
We're watching too. So
yeah, we got it. Blue got impatient. I had a box save for you and Spidey last week, and then he opened them. So I was like, great, now we got to order more. And I think that was part of his plan. All right, so these are base cards. In every pack, the first 2 cards are usually always base, unless you get a hit in the pack. They'll shift them. So these are just really cool shots of the show. I mean, I think they did a really good job. They captured some of the more iconic moments in the show, I feel. But yeah, if you have any questions, this is a sand parallel. It's usually the 3rd card in the set, and it's usually a sand parallel of a base card. And we are very close. We're only 14 away from making an entire set in sand.
Oh,
wow. So that's one of our goals now, is to do that. I'll try to save the hits for the last card if I can hide them. But I'm kind of clumsy sometimes. So
you're all good.
Yeah. But yeah, some of these shots are just great.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, this is cool. That's a really good card. Take control. And they have like little snippets and things, from the show. The first 9 cards in the set are ensemble cards, so they just focus on the characters and the actors. And the last, I think, 10 cards in the set are behind the scenes shots of the show. So, which I'm glad they did that, because again, I like how things are made. So this sand behind it, we have our first hit of the box, which is a Traveler of the Night. Oh, okay. And it's one we needed.
There you go.
That's awesome. Dr. Harrow.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, I love Ethan Hawke. I thought he was great in the show, even though this character is completely redesigned for the show. Yeah. I just love seeing him. He's such a great actor.
He's a classic actor for sure.
He really is. These cards, the Travelers of the Night, I think there's like 10 of them in the set total. And they're average about 1 a box, roughly.
Okay.
Cool. All right. I'll just tuck that aside. And I did bring some other hits to show you guys, in case you just, for your audience, kind of like I did with Spidey yesterday, just to show them off.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'd love to see a couple autos,
I have them right here. No problem. They do not leave our side.
So I actually loved this this Moon Knight show.
Did you enjoyed the show? That's great.
I am a huge fan, and going into it, I didn't know anything about his different personalities and lives or anything. I didn't know anything when I went into it, because I'm not a big huge comic buff, and Michael isn't either. We've gotten all of our information on these cards, from the 90s and all that stuff, and just reading that. And I've always loved the movies and all that stuff too, right? Huge into the animated X-Men show too, but I loved this show. It was amazing.
I'm glad you like it, because I it's one of those things where I'll see like YouTubers. Here's another hit, by the way. This is a Fist of Vengeance. These are small. Like you get these in every 2 or 3 packs.
Okay.
So we actually have, I think, 4 sets, full sets of these. There's 20 cards in the set.
Is
So
it see-through or
what's that?
is it see-through? Is that
I know it looks see-through, but it's the way the gloss is. It is not see-through.
okay?
Yeah, no, it can trick you. Trust me, I've done that a few times. The acetate antiquities you can see through, and we'll probably get one in this box.
Mm.
So those average one a box. But that's the Heka Priest from episode 4. If you guys ever want, there's this great series on Disney Plus called Assemble, and it's they're like 1-hour documentaries on each Marvel TV show and movie from Phase 4, and it's a 1-hour documentary on Moon Knight, and I highly recommend watching it. You will not only learn a lot about the show, but Oscar does a whole thing in the middle about DID and the research he went through and the people in real life he talked to that he got information from in order to play the characters.
Wow.
So we got a hit in this one. I can feel it. This pack is heavy.
Oh,
So we might actually have a metal card in here. And yeah, the second card is a sand. So like I said, if the first or second card's a sand, there's a good chance you have a hit somewhere in there. Unless you get shorted. I got shorted. I've gotten 5 cards in a pack before, so that does happen. And so is Blue, and Blue did not handle it as well as I did. He got really upset. Oh yeah, okay. So it's right here. So we only got 4 cards in this pack because of how thick this card is. So looks like we have a balance of scales. Oh, we got Layla, and there's a second character. Tawedit. Oh, look at that. It's her and her avatar. That's perfect.
So is that like a rare insert, or what are the odds? Or
these are about 1 in every 90 packs.
wow, yeah, great.
So they're pretty rare. But I'll be honest with you, you can always if you're ever in the presence of these boxes and you pick them up, you can feel which box just by holding it that has a metal card in it.
Wow.
Well, the last box last night, did it have a metal one too?
I also had a metal one. Yep. So that's why, like, we had 3 boxes come in, and I held them all in my hands, and I go, "Oh, these 2 are heavier than this one." So I told Blue, I was like, "You can open the 3rd one. The other 2 we're going to do on stream because if nothing else, we'll at least have a cool metal card to show off."
All right.
So yeah, but they're neat, and there are autograph versions of these cards. They're dual autographs, so you'll get both actors, whoever's on the card. And I think they're either numbered to 100 or they're short print.
Is there an Oscar Isaac Ethan Hawke? That would be like
there is an Oscar Isaac Ethan Hawke. Yep, autograph there is. Yep.
Nice.
All right, so let me put that there. And I have more metal cards, so I'll show them to you at the end too. And yeah, I'm sorry if anyone's in my chat. I apologize. I have both chats pulled up on camera, but I'm unable to look at them right now. So if anyone, if I'm missing questions, I'll get to them later.
Josh, do you want to say hi to some people in chat from the top?
Yeah. There's been quite a bit. So
go ahead. I'll just move through the cards slowly.
No, you're good. You're good. So definitely, Brittany's been in here since we started.
Hey, Britt.
What's up,
Britt?
We got Swish Rips in the house. Swish Rips actually made us the intro. So
nice. Great job.
Yeah.
What's up, Denny? How's it going? Got Ken's in the house. Swami. Carter's still here. What's up, Swami? We got Jeremiah Novak. I am into he actually did mention that I do have some comics. I just don't read them.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I don't read them. I just look at the
artwork. SIIKE, what is that?
This is a Chamber of the Gods. So this is, I've noticed, I'll be honest with you, I can count probably on 2 hands how many people are opening these boxes online. So, and we're feeding, like Blue is going crazy looking for other people that are opening these boxes. And, but these, most people we've seen, this is their favorite insert because this is concept art of the show. So this is a unused Moon Knight costume design right here. And if you like the concept art of the show, if you like these cards, the Chamber of the Gods, there's 15 total, I believe. And sorry, it's not auto-focusing. There we go. There is 15 cards of this in the set. You can get Sand Parallels, and you can get Shattered Dimension or Shattered Reflections ones. You can get all kind of variants of them. But if you like these concept arts, pick up the Art of Moon Knight book. That book, it's like a coffee table book. It's amazing. It's like $40, and it's just full of designs, both used and not used, for the TV show.
Okay.
So we have the Werewolf by Night one and the Moon Knight one, and they're fantastic books. Really, really good.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. And sorry if I cut you off for chat. I apologize.
Oh, no. You're fine. I mean, there was a couple others, but I appreciate everybody in the chat.
That's cool. And anyone in my chat, hey, Fenimore is in my chat. Nice hit. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fenimore.
What's going
on? So this is one of the behind the scenes shots. Most people don't know this, but the entire show was shot in Budapest. And Budapest doubled for London at times and for Cairo. And they built entire city streets in Budapest to look like Cairo. And so when I saw someone saying online, they're like, the show's so cheap. Where'd all the money go? It's like $150 million budget for all 6 episodes. I'm like, you know how much money it costs to build an entire city in another city? It's very expensive. So yeah, great shots of Ethan and May here in the sand. Towel wet it. And it's funny, there's I think they had to do some ADR on the show because a lot of people refer to her as Tawawet, or based on the spelling of her name. But that's just because ancient Egyptian hasn't been spoken in a long, long time. So while they're making the show, they found out from a historian that it's Tawetet is how you pronounce it. So that's why I say it like that. If you think I'm weird, I am. All right, so these...
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we got a sky blue. These are on average one a box. Most likely you'll get one in a box. And then, Layla in purple. That's cool. So this is, these are numbered. It's a numbered parallel to the base set.
Oh, okay.
It's 101 out of 199.
Cool.
And they have, like I said, sky blue ones. They have midnight blue ones, which are numbered to 49. They have shattered reflections, which are numbered to 32. And then they have bronze ones, which are numbered to 10.
Yeah, I think you showed a bronze one.
I showed a bronze last night. Yeah. I'm surprised. And so, we're going to do a full product review of this next week. So we're one box short of having ordered 2 cases. So that's knowledge we're going to put in our product review and say, like, here's what you on average will get in 2 cases,
Oh, nice.
So about 1 bronze in every 2 cases. Although, you know what? That's not true. I think we have a second bronze. I think the Gray Malkins, they're shipping it to us. So I think we actually have 2 on the way. And if you guys have questions about the show or want to give your thoughts on the show too, like I love hearing people talk about the show. I didn't watch the show at first. Blue, my alter, did, as I said last night. And he was like, you got to watch it. You got to watch it. And I think it's because he saw that relationship between Steven and Mark, and he really kind of wanted that for us. Now that I knew they existed. And so it really hit me.
It was a hippo. You got to see the show, Brittany.
It was. Yeah,
The ship part is one of the most iconic parts of this show, where it has it in the realm that they're going in his mind or whatever. That's just amazing. So.
Yeah, the 5th episode is the clincher. When they sent out the press episodes, everyone got to see the first 4 episodes, before the first episode aired, to give their reviews on. And episode 5 though is, to me, the clincher. Like if that doesn't hit you emotionally, it certainly did us. Unfortunately, that episode hits really close to home, and it borderline can trigger us. So we have to be very careful when we watch the 5th episode. We usually watch reactions to the 5th episode on YouTube. Okay. That helps us deal better. All right, so this is a Fist of Vengeance, just like I showed earlier, but this is the sand parallel of it. And there's a chance you could get one of these in a box or none of these in a box. So it's just the same card, just in sand. I think we actually
the base set, or is it a parallel?
No, this is an insert.
Insert. Okay.
So this is what a base version looks like.
Okay.
We got in one of the first packs, and this is just the sand. And it'll say on the back too, that's not numbered, but it'll say sand, like right there.
Oh, okay.
But we're almost in the process of making a whole set of these in sand too, actually. And if you look, it's not very obvious, but it's almost like you're looking through the cowl of Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of how they designed that one. Yeah. So yeah, I like those. The Fists of Vengeance are cool, but some of it's reused, images from the base set. And there's so many great shots from the show that I didn't see in the base set. So I wish, as like a nerd like that, I've made 900 Venom vlog episodes on my channel almost, and I don't think I've ever reused an image once. So I like looking for uniqueness in every image. But here's one of the behind the scenes shots. This is where Khonshu and Mr. Knight turn the sky backwards. Yeah, it's really cool. So it's just a giant green screen set.
Wow.
Or blue screen set.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, Jeremiah, you definitely need to work less. If you don't
work less. What did he say?
He just said he wanted to watch it, but he works too much. He needs some good television time.
Oh man, I'm telling you, that first episode is. I'd love to hear your guys' opinion. The first episode, the way we actually have experienced that. The time jumps is what we call them, where you can be one spot one moment and another spot another moment, and you have no idea what happened between those two moments. So for you, it's a snap of a finger, but in that time, someone could have existed for 10, 20 minutes. For us, we actually missed an entire week of our life once, where someone fronted, I believe it was Green, for the entire week. And that's pretty unusual. But it does happen. And so I went from Wednesday night to the following Thursday afternoon. And for me, I just thought one day had passed, but it turns out a whole 7 days had passed.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So we got to sand Ethan there. And so here's another chamber. I love this one of Layla.
Oh, that's cool.
This
awesome.
costume, it was actually supposed to be used for ISIS in the show. There was originally, I think, in one of the original scripts, all the gods, you were going to see them in armor. And I guess budgetary reasons, probably they switched to the Avatar idea, which ended up working out better for the story, but they never got to use this costume. So they gave it to Layla for her as the Scarlet Scarab. Yeah.
So Jeremiah brought up a question for you. It's actually a question I had too.
Okay.
On your Instagram, it says the Venom blog.
Yeah, Venom blog.
Who likes Venom?
So I do. So the show is so I've been making YouTube videos for 10 years now this year.
Wow.
And I never really had anything that stuck, like I started off doing toy reviews, Transformers, and then doing like Star Wars Rebels toy reviews back in 2014. I played some video games, but nothing really stuck the way that Venom did. I started doing a show about Venom because Tom Hardy's my favorite actor, and Oscar Isaac's like in my top 3. So when I saw that he got to play Apocalypse, which is I have a tattoo of Apocalypse on my arm, I was excited to see Oscar Isaac play Moon Knight. But I just, like I said, I was dealing with so much real things at that time. I tried to commit myself to a mental health facility. I had harmed myself. So I was going through a lot when the Moon Knight show was about to come out. So I wasn't even thinking along those lines. But Blue he was trying to find a way to get me to accept what was happening. So that's why the show resonates so much with us. But, and I'm sorry, the original question was what again? I forget.
I just didn't know who liked Venom because it showed the Venom blog. So I wanted to ask you about the Venom because you're into Moon Knight, but I just didn't know the Venom story. So
that's okay. So so I started the show because I like Tom Hardy, and I knew of Venom, and I knew a lot about him, but not a ton. So we started making the show just following the production of the first movie, and next thing you know, we actually watched the first Venom movie with Tom Hardy. We were because I used to live in LA. I moved here to Florida a couple years ago during COVID. And in LA, I got to go to a screening thanks to my friend Andrew, where Tom Hardy was sitting 2 rows behind us and watched the entire movie with us. And then afterwards hung out with everyone that was in the screening and autographed and photographs. He was there for like an hour and a half.
He's in my top 3 actors of all time, man. And he played Bane. You saw the movie Warrior that he was in?
I love that movie. Yep.
Yeah. He's amazing.
Yeah, we're big fans. So when he did that, and then we ended up being on. We met Todd McFarlane when they did the DVD Blu-ray release party for Venom, and Todd signed a bunch of stuff for us. and then we went to the set of Venom 2, Let There Be Carnage. We were on set, and Tom again came out, signed stuff for us after filming for like 12 hours.
Wow.
Still came out and spent like 35 minutes with people and signed stuff. So whenever you see him in real life, he'll take a picture with you, no problem. He's a very nice guy. I mean, I'm sure there are some instances where he won't, but I on Instagram, I see pictures all the time of him with people. So the show, and now we're coming up on our 900th episode of the Venom vlog. So in 6 years, we've made 860 something episodes.
Wow.
And we just crossed 3K subscribers. Thanks to
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. So thanks to a lot of people. So I know what it was like when you crossed 1,000. That's why I wanted to be your first donation, because I was like, I don't have a ton of money right now, but I got to give this guy $5. He's so cool. And Blue was like, you should have gave him 10. I'm like, dude, we were broke. You know how many Moonknight cards I bought? I was like, we had to eat that day too. So, but we know that feeling. So we're happy to see you cross that 1,000. So tomorrow night, we're going to do a live stream, and we're giving out 30 digital Marvel comic book codes to people who watch to celebrate 3,000 subscribers.
That's awesome.
And then, we're following the third movie now. We know more than we're allowed to talk about for the third movie, so you can't really get that information out of me. But I'm excited and it's going to be the final one, I believe. So the final Venom. Sweet.
Anything you can talk about with that?
It comes out this year.
There you go. All right. I'll take it.
It releases in 2024. That's all right.
Nice. That's so awesome, SIIKE.
So if you're a Venom fan, I can talk to you about Venom all day, because now that we've done the show, we went through the full 33 years. We've reviewed every comic that he's ever been in. Now I have an encyclopedic knowledge of Venom.
That is awesome.
Whereas Blue I have a lot of information about the show, but Blue has a lot of information about Moon Knight in general. He bought all the omnibuses that they've released in the past 2 years. So now he's read most of Moon Knight's comic books as well.
Wow.
I love this shot because this actually happened to us in real life. I talked about it on Spidey yesterday, but just to mention it here, this episode where Steven wakes up and realizes he has a different goldfish. I actually woke up and found a pit bull in our apartment. After Echo died, Blue, I was depressed. I wasn't eating. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't really going to work. So the others had to do that stuff, and Blue had to learn my job. He had to go to my job and learn how to do the job. And I was grieving for Echo's loss. Well, then he thought, well, you know what? I'll get us another dog. That'll make SIIKE feel better. So he went and rescued a pit bull from the shelter that was going to be sent to a kill shelter, and brought him into our lives. But for me, I woke up the next day and there was a dog in our apartment. And it freaked me out because I didn't really know anything about pit bulls and everything. And so it freaked me out, but Ace ended up being just the best. He was amazing. We like to think that Echo picked Ace out, actually. Because Ace was he was a good boy, and like I said, he was with us 22 months, so we spoiled him rotten, and we get weird because this feels like our condition. Blue likes to point it out more than I do, but he'll say doesn't it feel like our condition is very narcissistic because it's about us, and everything. I go, but so what we did was that Christmas where we had Ace in 2022, instead of people were like, hey, what do you want? Does Blue want something? And we're like, no, don't do that. Don't buy us all individual gifts. That's too weird. Especially me. I was having trouble accepting this at first. So what we did instead was we just told everyone to buy a gift for Ace. So that Christmas was all about Ace. And I'm glad it was, because unfortunately that was the only Christmas Ace was alive with us. So it was a very good decision, I feel.
If you were in my family, I'd try to get you a gift that all of y'all liked.
It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible.
Food? Come on, there's got to be something.
Yeah, but we all eat differently. So Green is he's very healthy and he cooks.
Okay.
He's actually the best cook out of all of us, and he will make only healthy things. And it's because Blue eats absolute garbage, like fast food and stuff like that, and I eat in the middle. I'll cook some things, but I'll eat fast food if I have to, if I'm in a pinch. but green exclusively cooks food. So no, it's hard to even do that, to buy something that we'll all eat. Maybe a chicken salad, but even I don't even know if Blue would eat that. Actually.
Maybe just make a note to Green to make us a bunch of frozen dinners. You're good to go.
Green will, he hates frozen. Oh my god, he gets so mad. All right, so it's weird. I feel like we're still waiting on a couple big hits. I mean, I know we got the metal card. No, we got the metal and the blue. So I think we're only missing one more hit. So, all right. So that's a great card, though. I love that with the gods on it.
How many more packs do we have?
I got 4 after this one.
Okay.
All right.
I know we've had a lot of dialogue, which is great. I
can't shut up about this show.
Oh, you're good.
I literally cannot put a cork in my mouth. I will talk about this all the time. No. But the way I came across your channel, so Blue's been watching you guys for a while. He like I said, he likes watching people open cards. It doesn't matter if they're sports cards or whatever. He doesn't care. But for me, I came into you guys because I started seeing you in my feed because Blue watches us from you from our YouTube account, even though he has his own. But I would see you guys pop in my feed when you were opening the Midnight Suns cards. And now I'm a big Midnight Suns fan. I have every appearance of Ghost Rider ever in comic books. So not just his solo books, but if he was in one panel of a Fantastic Four issue, I have that issue.
How many issues is that total?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Right?
It's insane. It's a lot of books.
You have his first appearance?
Yeah, Spotlight. Yeah, Johnny. You're talking about Johnny Blaze. Yes, Dan Ketch. Also, we have them all. That's awesome. Every single one of them, I think we have. I don't know if Spotlight is not autographed by Gary, but number 1 is autographed by Howard Mackey, the Danny Ketch run.
Have you even tried to dive into cards or not even?
I have the Ghost Rider cards and like the Crow, but outside of that, I don't really have a lot of cards.
Okay.
Cards is definitely
the Ghost Rider. That's the glow in the dark.
The glow in the dark 90s ones. Yeah. We actually bought like 3 boxes of those like 6 years ago and opened them on YouTube. We got them for $15 a box on eBay. Mm-hmm. They're awesome cards. That's awesome. So this shot here, this actor, I don't know if he's in this card. They mentioned him on the back. The character's name is Anton, and I'm blanking on the actor's name. I feel so bad every time. He actually passed away. He's in the 3rd episode. Mark and Layla go to get a star map from him. And then there's a big fight scene and, Moon Knight's stabbed with a bunch of spears. So he's the guy in charge. And he plays Anton, who in the comic books is a character called the Midnight Man. So what's cool is we actually have this card in Midnight Blue. So I was like, oh, that's cool. It's the only card in the whole set that mentions Midnight Man. And luckily we have it in Midnight Blue. So I'll show off my inserts at the end here. Yeah. There's a hit. Oh yeah. Okay. So, okay. This is the last hit I think we were waiting for. So that you actually asked about see-through cards earlier.
Yeah. Is that what this one is?
We have a level 1 acetate antiquity.
Nice.
Yeah. And I think if you put a white background, you can see the background better.
Really unique. I like it.
Yeah. They're cool. And there's different levels. So level 1 is pretty common. I think it's like, 1 in every 30 or, packs or so. It's usually 1 a box. But there's level 2s, 3s, and 4s. And the level 4s are like 1 in every 360 packs. And that's what Spidey pulled last night was a level 4. So that's a good hit that he got. And him being the nice guy that he is, he was like, oh, I'll send it to you. I'm like, and we're really weird about accepting gifts. So I was like, no, don't. He's like, I insist. So
that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
You insist. Blue will take it. Trust me. Yeah. He's not shy about accepting gifts.
Westrom wants you to show the hits after you open all your packs.
Deal. Done. You don't got to threaten me with a good time.
Yeah.
So there's that same Midnight Man card in sand. And then looks like we had another sand Fist of Vengeance. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, and then the last 2 bases. So 2 packs left, guys. Thank you for letting me geek out. Well, I know I take for some. I actually had someone, they didn't write on a comment, which I was like, that's nice of you. You didn't write in a comment, but I like criticism. So but I had someone write me a DM and they were like, dude, you took a long time opening that box. And I'm like, and it was like a 24-minute video for one box. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like I can't stop talking about it.
It's all good.
This show is like, just one of those things where like we're critical of the show. There's some things in the show because we're, like I said, we're writers. Like I edited comics, I write comics, I've drawn before. So I'm critical of stuff. I still have criticism of the show, but I just the portrayal of DID on that show was so unique and compassionate. I didn't expect that from a Marvel show because it's not that I think you can't have messages and interesting concepts in like a popcorn thing, but I just didn't expect them to go as far as they did in the show. So check this out. We got a sand parallel of a Chamber of the Gods.
Mm-hmm.
So these are cool. These are like one in every 17 or so packs.
Okay.
But it's so we're trying to make full sand sets now. We bought so many boxes, so we're only like 2 or 3 cards away from completing the sets. This one I don't remember if we have or not. I'll have to look, but yeah. But they're cool. I like the sand. I like that they kind of stuck with Egyptian. I saw someone, I think it might even been someone who frequents here, Alonzo, I think his name is.
Yeah.
I watched his video, and I think he said something like he would like more color, like a ruby red one. And I go, oh, that's actually a good idea. Because if you think about them as being like Indiana Jones types characters, finding like something that's ruby red in a cave somewhere is actually not far-fetched.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that's a good idea.
I like the blue though. The blue makes it nice too.
Yeah.
The blue is nice. All right, last pack.
Moonknight-esque.
It's true. Big Pippin Conchu there. So this is a note too. We like looking at visual things. When the show starts and he's with Steven and Mark, he's kind of decrepit. He has like a Moon Knight suit that's like falling apart, right? He's got like the tattered rags but at the end when he bonds with Jake, he's got a nice Mr. Knight suit.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see the dynamic between him and Jake the next time we see these two characters.
Yeah, that's really cool.
You're welcome, Jeremiah. Well, I will definitely. I don't know if everything I say is educational, but I try my best to be informative.
It's definitely entertaining for sure.
Good. That's good. Awesome. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
I don't like bumming people out. I know sometimes I talk about things and they bum people out, and I don't like to do that. I'm not a big fan of when I'm in a room with you. If I can sense your energy shift. So if you get sad around me, I will clam up and I'll talk about something else immediately. Last hit of the box is a Fist of Vengeance.
Okay.
So there we go. Try to
Seems
send
like it was a good box.
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, we got a sky blue one in there. We got an acetate. Typically in every box you'll get at least one acetate. You'll get one Traveler of the Night. You'll probably get one sand insert. You'll usually get a sky blue here, like this.
Yep.
Numbered card, and then usually a one premium.
Yep. That's a metal premium card.
So we got the metal, and that's great because we love Layla in the show, but having her with her avatar is that's like getting a Conchu and Mark card. That's really good.
So Westrom asked about the hits. That's one of the hits, Westrom. It's like 1 out of 90 packs.
These are 1 in every 90. And actually, I have more of these, so let me grab them real quick.
Yeah. Let's see some hits from a couple boxes here.
Yeah, so this one we got, I think yesterday. This is Moon Knight and Tau Weddit.
Nice.
And I think I might have to take them out of the top loaders just for reflection purposes. But yeah.
That's way cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are nice cards, and they're really thick. Like I said, you can tell holding the box, if there's one in there or not. But it could be one of these. It could be a printing plate. There are other metal. It could be a dual autograph.
So
there's.
I mean, they got the metallurgies and masterpieces, and they got the planet metals in the metal products.
That's right. So we got one with Layla and Moon Knight. And I think we got this from the Grey Malkins on their stream.
Okay.
And then we got this one is our holy grail really for metal cards because you get both Steven and Mark.
Oh yeah.
It's great. I mean, like just having both of them. Like I said, for Blue and I, like this is it's a great card for us.
That's cool.
But yeah, balance of scale. I mean, this is the whole show summed up in one card, in my opinion.
Okay.
And this was pulled on a Steel City one I think for blue, or it might have been for me, but I don't know. I mean, it all goes to the same place. This whole collection behind us is all Blue's doing, and I just add to it when I find something cool of Moon Knights.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and I forgot we had the Traveler of the Night in that box. So that was the Dr. Harrow, which was one we needed. So let me show you some of these other hits real quick. We'll start with the printing plate.
Oh, nice. That's a 101 printing plate.
This is a 101. Yep. And like I said, it doesn't weigh as much as the other metal cards. It's thinner, but
yeah,
it is really cool. And I like that we got the yellow one because it looks like an old photograph.
Okay.
Like it looks like, because like I said, we don't just have Moon Knight stuff behind us. We have Egyptian stuff too. So we have replicas of a star map. We have the scales. We have Ishaptis, which is the stone statues of the gods. Mm-hmm. We found a lady on Etsy that makes those from the show.
Okay.
So we bought some of those. So we have Egyptian stuff. So this having something that looks like an old antique photograph is great for our collection too. Cool. But yeah, 1 of 1.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I will say 1 in 2 cases because that's all we got.
You're good.
These are the lunar cards. These are my personal favorite cards in the set. So these they have different moons on them. Each set has 6 characters.
Okay.
So there's a new moon, and for those who don't know, there's 8 phases of a moon. So there's the new moon here, which is totally black. You don't even really see it, just like the silhouette of it. So we got Khonshu in that, and we also got Khonshu in the waxing crescent. And our goal is to try to get one of each of the moon cards.
Sure.
So we have a couple new moons, a couple full moons, so we might trade people. The downside is there's 2 moon cards that you can only get. They have autographs on them. Oh. So you and they're like 1 in every 1,080 packs. So there's just like that's really hard to get. So yeah, we had that. We have a Layla in a full moon.
Yeah.
And then a Amit in a waxing gibbous. And then we also have our autograph. So we did land one of the lunar autographs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There you go.
This is the one in 50s. The other ones are, I think, waning crescent. I can't remember, but it's 1 in 25s. Those ones. But yeah, and he wrote on here, "I am real justice," which is just really cool. Under F. Murray Abraham's autograph, and ours is 35 out of 50. Yep. And there's all the phases of the moon. All you can see there, except new moon. Obviously, it's pitch black, but that's not on there. But those are the other 7. So yeah, I don't know if we'll ever complete it because, like I said, you have to get the last one has to be a 1 in 25 autograph. But speaking of autos, we got this last night. Yeah, another. So I pulled the 2 Khonshu autographs, and Blue pulled the Mr. Knight Oscar Isaac autograph.
Saw that one. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but this is cool because again, we didn't have one of these cards. These are not numbered, so these are. I think you have a pretty decent chance if you buy a case to get one of these. The one with Oscar Isaac is called a canvas autograph, so it's more of a matte. It's not glossy, and it's of Mr. Knight, which is our favorite character, our favorite version of Moon Knight.
That's way cool.
So yeah, so then I'll show you this. This isn't part of the cards, but my brother got me this for Christmas.
Oh.
I don't grade. I'm not a grader. I have a couple comics graded, but nothing like this. This is a sticker from the 80s, 1987.
Yeah.
And it was labeled as a mint at a 9. So my brother he saw it on eBay, and this is what he got us for Christmas.
That's cool.
And it's cool. Our mom and brother, it's hard. I mean, what we go through. So they're very supportive. They like that me and Blue connect on Moon Knight, so they kind of support that. So if they see something cool Moon Knight related, they're like, "Hey, do you guys want this?" So yeah, here's some of the parallels or the different variants. These are the sky blue ones. As obviously we got one in the boxes. So, but I just want to show off. These are my favorite. It's Mr. Knight.
Yeah.
This is the picture of Mr. Knight on our autograph. So
wow.
Yeah, so it's a good shot of him.
That is very cool.
Yeah. This is a midnight blue one. So it's just like the sky blue, just darker, but they put the trimming in light blue, which I like, and all the hieroglyphics. This is the Midnight Man shot in midnight blue, and that's a 21 out of 49. And then this, I showed one of these off yesterday, but this is a shattered reflection. So again, base cards and the 3 inserts, which is Chamber of the Gods, Fist of Vengeance, and Travelers of the Night. You can get those cards in one of these.
Yeah, that's way cool. It's like a shattered glass. It's
Yeah,
great.
there's broken glass all around it, and it kind of layers the image, which I really really like. So
Yeah,
there's
that's way
so
cool.
much detail in it, and I love it for the Chamber of the Gods because these are images they could probably manipulate easily because they were concept art.
And that's out of what?
32.
Wow.
Yep. And this is a pair. I'm sorry, I forgot where it goes forward and backwards. 2332. So it's the same forward and back. A palindrome. So yeah, it's a palindrome when numbers go forward and backwards. We actually did that when we did the Gray Malkins. We bought 5 boxes from them, and they opened each box. The first box had 4 hits in it. The second had 5. The third had 6, and then the fifth box or fourth box had 5 again. So it went 4, 5, 6, 5, 4. We're big into numbers. So this is a bronze. This is 1 in 10. So these are again base cards and inserts, the base inserts stuff. But these are numbered only to 10. So this is 7 of 10. Yeah, and that's one of our favorite cards actually, with the 2 gods fighting.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then lastly, you saw these, but these are the acetates.
Okay.
We actually, because I wanted to see the backgrounds in them, I put these Moonknight sleeves on them from Upper Deck, so that they're solid. Yeah, so that way you can see the full image. But we have Mr. Knight from level 1, level 2, and level 4. So yeah. Funny enough, I don't think we have any of these with Moon Knight on them. Just Mr. Knight. Landing stuff with Moon Knight on him has been really tough. He is that character. They put him on the metal cards, no problem. But getting an acetate of him or an autograph with Moon Knight on it, like I think most of them are short prints, a lot of them. So it's tough.
That's way cool.
Well, that's it. That's what I got to show.
Hey, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thanks for letting me.
You want to do your box or mine? Because
let's do your box and not do mine. How about that?
Okay. All right. Let's do yours next time we do DC boxes.
Yeah, mine's more of a lackluster box. I'm looking forward to Michael's box, so let's definitely do that one. So
All right.
All right. I shut my card cam off.
No, you're good. You're good.
Cool.
All right. There you go, Michael.
Whoa.
So looking for the Sky Disc insert card.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Fenimore. Yeah, some in the printing plate. We didn't get one, but I have the other one, so that's okay.
Well, I titled this Who is Darker, Moon Knight or Batman? Dark Knight. and we can have this discussion. but really it's funny because my wife doesn't know Marvel a lot.
Okay.
And so when we were watching Moon Knight, she's like, so what is this supposed to be, like a version of Batman? And I'm just like, I don't know if I would call it a version of Batman, but you could say that it's the darker side of Marvel, type of thing. So
for sure.
So sometimes these can brick and these are not bricking. So that's good.
Cool.
Yep.
Wow. I love the art.
Yeah.
A lot of this is from the 90s runs, huh?
Oh, yeah.
94.
Okay.
Yep.
94. Okay. So this is like Nightfall in that era. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So like Graham Nolan, a lot of those guys.
Thank you, 87.
Yeah, I think that Sky Disc is like 1 in 250 packs. or something.
Wow. Okay. All right. Let's summon it. Summon the suit. Summon the sky disc.
That's it. That's it.
I like it.
So thankful they're not
And
bricking.
Michael get gems. Of course he gets gems every time.
That's right. Oh, Nightwing. That's cool.
Yeah, this is one of the inserts too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty sweet.
And that's the box art too, isn't it?
It is, and then that's the base card. It's just not.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry about the glare. I'll work on that.
Yeah,
That's
you're good.
okay.
Yeah.
Looks good though. I
One's
can
more
tell.
of a foil, one's more of just a base, right?
Yep.
Well, it's funny we're doing these two characters on the same episode too, because they do get compared a lot, I know, by some people, but Batman is struggling with other alter identities right now with Zur-En-Arr in the comic books. And we're a big fan. We collect Zur-En-Arr Batman stuff. So
Sky the Cow RG3, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Supporting the
hey. Thanks, Sky the Cow.
That's awesome.
Very cool of you.
Appreciate that.
I think Batman is one of those comic book characters in the trading card world that it has the most potential to increase in value, because you can get Batman inserts for pennies on the dollar compared to other characters.
Yeah.
And I just don't think a lot of Batman fans have really caught on yet to the cards, you know,
Yeah.
and they're still cheap, like really cheap.
That's true.
That's cool. That's what I like about liking certain characters sometimes is that if they're very popular, like Batman, people will focus on one medium of them and ignore the other ones, and you can collect that stuff while it's cheap. Whereas Moon Knight was tough because after the show came out, there was no merch for like 6 or 7 months before the Funko Pops came out, and so that's why Blue went on Etsy and found people that were making replicas of stuff from the show, because he was just like, we need Moon Knight stuff. So yeah.
I'll tell you when it's going to be game over is when they make a Batman precious metal gem. That'll be game over.
Yeah.
Like it'll just make all Batman cards like go up.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Well, this is a good time we're doing this episode too, because they just announced the other day that they're re-releasing all the Marvel vs. DC books and the 90s amalgam stuff in omnibus form. And that stuff hasn't been reprinted, and I never thought it would be again because of Disney owning Marvel. So I'm so glad they did that.
Love the amalgam with the Dark Claw.
Dark Claw, yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
And Speed Demon, that's our favorite. Ghost Rider and Flash.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Oh, someone wants to know what this box goes for. Few $100 maybe? 200?
Wow.
No, less than that.
Is it less than that? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
These are cool cards for that then.
Yeah, they're not bad. I think you can get them between 60 and 100, the boxes.
Okay.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
not bad at all.
That's way cool. Undervalued for sure.
Yeah.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
I love these shots. We're big DC fans too. Green Lantern's more our guy. But there's a lot of cool. Batman, Superman, like Wonder Woman, they're all fantastic. They're great characters.
Yeah.
With them, we get more into the art collecting. We don't really buy the books. We do more art for DC.
Jeremiah's on eBay buying one right now.
Sweet thing.
Old.
Dude, that's cool. I love Bane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about, like you mentioned earlier, but I watched a documentary on Tom Hardy
Yeah.
and being Bane.
Yeah.
He had to gain so much weight for that. And it was just like an amazing role that he played.
Yeah. Epic.
Yeah.
He did a great job. Talk about completely that's a complete redesign of that character. Like he doesn't have any of his origins. Like he's not from Santa Prisca. He doesn't have any of that stuff, but I still felt like they kept to the spirit of the character. And he was menacing, even though
Oh man.
Even though he's not 6'5", he's a menacing dude in that movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. I missed checklists.
Yeah.
I was saying that the other day. Yeah. I was like, Moon Knight cards. I'm like, oh, there's no checklist in this set.
Yeah, checklist.
Yeah. Yep. So here's one of the inserts.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's all
That's
foil.
great. What a great shot.
Foil.
It's called a Spectra Etch.
Cool. And is it just a base card with foil added on it?
Yep.
Okay. It's great looking.
You can get that whole set foiled then.
In foil? Oh, yeah. That's like us going through the sand right now. I'm like, oh, my God.
Jeremiah said, every one of these dang videos forces me my dark side to go purchase.
We know the feeling.
Yep.
It took everything in our power not to buy any Midnight Suns cards, and it's a shame because it's a beautiful set. And that's why we lived vicariously through you guys. Like, I was just watching and hearing Ryder talk about all of our favorite characters like Blade and Ghost Rider. I'm like, this is great. He's educating them. He's like speaking for us to like tell everyone who like the Darkhold dwarf is and everything, you know. It's great.
It's definitely hard to say you only live vicariously when you buy 22 boxes of Moonknight, though. So you're definitely helping out the community there when they can see those box breaks, right?
I guess that's true. Yeah. And we tried, we only did like, this is our 9th video of like a full box break, but the remaining boxes, because a lot of them were opened by other people, we're just going to make one giant. We're going to use all that footage and put it in our review of the set. So sadly, there won't be too many more card videos from us. Sad, but this has been fun. This has been fun to make, and it's been fun to dip into this community.
Yeah, I hope you stick around and see.
I would love to.
Some of these sets, you know, that come out that have Moonknight. Or
I'm going to watch the Wolverine ones for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. Oh, these are great shots, man. I love these cards.
Nice.
Pretty unique. And these stick a little, but there's no damage. So that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The like Fenimore said, the year 1 cards look really cool. I agree.
Come on, Scott.
Do you have a favorite Batman villain? You guys?
Batman villain.
Yeah.
Bane is my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I actually like the Riddler. I liked the Riddler. I like the Riddler though from the newer one with Pattinson.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
My boys did too. That was one of the best Batmans they said they ever saw. You know, and the Riddler was just amazing in that. It was just really, really evil.
Yeah. That performance was really good.
Right?
Yeah. That's a good one. We're big Clayface fans. I am, at least. I like Batman when he fights monsters. And that probably goes back to the animated series, him fighting Man-Bat in the first episode. So like for us, we like a lot of the monster characters. So every time we see a movie where they're like, oh, this is a more realistic take on Batman, we go, okay. I mean, it's fine because it's like you can do them realistic, but that means we're not going to see Man-Bat. We're not going to see Clayface, you know, like, or at least not big monster Clayface from the animated series.
Yeah. I'm a huge Joker fan, though.
Okay, yeah.
Say because like
Yeah.
Joker's just like so. I don't know. It reminds me that he's like almost like has a bunch of personalities, you know.
Yeah.
The way that he acts, but I love him, and even some of the animated series, I love him. So
he's great. Mark Hamill's a great Joker. I actually like the Joker from. I'm a big fan of the Batman cartoon, where it's like everyone's redesigned, and Joker has like dreadlocks, and he runs around with no shoes on, and he's got a straight jacket on, and I actually like that version of him too. It's crazy looking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
Mm-hmm.
These are great. How many packs are in this box?
36, I believe.
I miss those days.
Yeah.
Right? Like 15 packs in a Moonknight box, and that's spoiled because with Midnight Suns was only 12 packs in a box.
So I did a Fortnite stream. I don't know if you've seen that.
I did. I watched it the other day.
I had a bunch of people on, from the Fortnite community, and Westrom's one of those guys. And there's actually a bullseye in the Fortnite, well, Bullseye is the best Marvel character, he says, because he likes Bullseye
Okay.
in that one. So that's a great one there, Lester.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, Blue plays Fortnite actually, so that's why in our thumbnails,
nice.
That's why in our thumbnails we use the Moonknight versions of the characters in our thumbnails. So like Fortnite versions, I mean. So yeah, but he's a big Fortnite player. I'm not. I like Resident Evil. I like games like that.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. You like to be scared.
Yeah, well, I like facing my fears a lot of times.
Okay.
So like that, Alan Wake was a game we loved too, and they made a sequel last year. It was amazing.
We appreciate you being in here.
Yeah, we like the supernatural corner of Marvel. That's our bread and butter. Like, not that we don't like the superhero stuff, but it's just I find when you fight villains like Mephisto and Lilith, I find the stakes way different than when you fight like typical villains. Like Spider-Man fights a lot of bank robbers, and I'm like, well, okay, the stakes are that they get away with money, and maybe innocent people might get hurt. I understand that, but when you got like Lilith is you're fighting, it's like, okay, well, you obviously can't have her running the planet because that would not be good for anybody.
Does Blue only play Fortnite, or does he like collect cards too? Because he's gonna watch that stream that I did, but
he probably will. So he hasn't, like I said, he hasn't been feeling well lately. So
yeah.
So he will probably he'll probably watch that and the Spidey stream from last night and this one.
Okay.
The next time he's out, yeah, for sure. And you'll know because when he adds a comment, his text speech pattern is different than mine. So he'll speak differently. He swears like a sailor too. But I tell him when he comments on people's channels that he can't do that.
Yeah.
So if he says the F word, he'll put a PH in front of it instead of F.
That's
so you'll know because he has his own Instagram account, and Purple has his own Instagram account. And the reason we did that is because our DMs, like when they make friends at their jobs, I'm getting those DMs from their friends, and I'm like, well, I don't know who this person is, so I don't want to respond or read a message that might not be meant for me. So I'm like, okay, well, because mainly like Purple sends memes. Like he's like a meme guy. So he'll send memes to his coworkers. And I'm just like, I don't need my DMs full of jokes that I don't understand.
Sure. I understand that.
Yeah. And Blue's kind of like a TikToker. He's like a Gen Z type. Like he's different than me. Like his speech pattern's different. He's got a bit of a Southern accent to him. So it's like he's kind of grown into his own, and he's different. He's very, very confident, unlike me, who I can't take a compliment very well, but he's very confident. So sometimes I'll go and see what he posts. Like, so when he got the Moon Knight card, he wrote like yeah, boy, or something like that, and then he wrote like jealous SIIKE. Cool, yeah, thanks.
Gosh.
And then he posted it on all because our Instagram accounts are connected. So he posted it and it went to all of our accounts. So that way we would know that he got the Oscar Isaac autograph and we didn't. So yeah, he's a sore winner. But it's cool. Out of all of us, I'm glad he's the one that got it because, like I said, he's even the reason I watched the show.
That's cool.
And my favorite version of Moon Knight is the show version over the comics. Sure. I've known the comics for years, but I never got into them. But Oscar's performance on the show is just, amazing.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of people just in different collecting genres that prefer the movie cards over because I think sometimes it's not only the generation, but it's kind of what they've seen. They're not like me. They're not used to like the X-Men cartoon or collecting 90s Marvel cards. So they go off of something else nostalgic. And usually it's like the shows, MCU or something like that. So that's possibly why it resonates more with them with the shows for sure.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Oh yeah. Yeah. And that show is just like like I said, not everything in the shows is something we like. Like we're critical of it, but just that performance and that portrayal was just like I wasn't. I needed to hear that message because I was the one who was like, no, like I don't know how to put it into words, but just imagine tomorrow, like you get a diagnosis that what we have, and you find out for the last 30 years of your life that you haven't been the only one living it, you know, and it made our self-worth drop because we were like, well, what are we then? We're just made up. Like, so that scene when Steven deals with that in the episode and he goes, you're just something that I'm just something you made up. It's, we learned in therapy that it's more complicated than that. We're not made up, you know, like we actually do exist. And hearing that was like, it was like, it brought our self-worth back up, you know.
Oh, for sure. Open some Marvel Masterpiece hobby boxes. Not tonight. Actually, we do have a Marvel Masterpiece box break party that we opened like, I don't know, it was like 8 to 10 of them. So watch that stream.
Yeah.
There you go.
We pulled some good cards that night.
And we probably have about 100 Marvel boxes on the schedule this year too. So
yeah.
Nice. Fenimore said Ra's al Ghul is his favorite.
Ra's al Ghul, yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay, there. Cool.
Yeah, I just put that up.
Okay.
Yeah, Westrom, you just got to go through our videos and check them all out because we got some really good ones in the feed.
You guys open stuff that, like, because again, my memories, I have knowledge. So there's a difference between knowledge and memories. And so, like, I have knowledge of things because I can know, like, this set came out in 1994, you know, but I don't, if I ever own these, I have no idea. So it's kind of neat watching your guys' channel because you'll be going through boxes and stuff. And I'm like, I wonder if I ever owned these cards, you know, like, because our mom said when we were younger, we collected mostly comics, but she said we occasionally would get cards like the Death of Superman cards, you know, like when those boxes were coming out. Another foil. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is really cool.
So just to answer a question that Westrom had from the Fortnite community.
Yeah.
So I just posted on the chat Cool Cards YouTube channel. So if you go ahead and click on that, there's actually a box that's the most expensive box on there. And that's the 1996 Marvel Masterpieces, which is like an $8,000 to $10,000 box. That just is immaculate, and we did 2 box breaks, and it's all posted on Michael's channel, so check those out for sure. So,
holy cow!
Oh yeah. It's probably one of the best boxes to open, just because of the art, but the significance as well. Yeah, for sure.
True. Yeah. Well, that was fun.
That was, man.
Yeah,
that was quick too. Michael. Good job.
Very good.
Awesome. Yeah. No sky disc, but got 3 foils, and then this.
Yeah, you got more of those. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah,
that's such a cool image.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you got three of the bases of that one.
3 foils and then 4 bases. I just got to find it in here. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, these will grade well. Good box.
Is that Azrael Batman? The one on the top right?
You know, it looks like it, but I don't know if it is.
Because it looks like from the end of the story, from Knight's End, because he had the different helmet. He had like the Azrael helmet.
It does. No, I agree with you. I just don't know.
Oh yeah, that's him from Knight's End.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like the final version of him before when he fights Batman. When Bruce comes back. That's cool.
Pretty sweet. Awesome. Yeah.
One of my favorite Batman stories came out right after Knight's End. It was called Prodigal. So Batman had his back was still healing from Bane, but he was able to take down Azrael, and then he realized, okay, I should have offered the costume to you, Dick Grayson. And so Prodigal was about Dick Grayson fighting Two-Face as Batman with Tim Drake as his Robin. and it's phenomenal. It's a great story, and it's I love it even more because decades later, Grant Morrison did the Damian and Dick Grayson Batman story, and that to me is still, I think Dick Grayson is my favorite Batman. Actually, he's very different than Bruce, but I like that he's not as skilled as Bruce, and it makes for more interesting stories sometimes when you don't have a guy who just knows what to do. So yeah, but Dick Grayson's, to me, he's the center of the DC universe. If you killed him, you would destroy the DC universe because he has friends with everyone. He's the first sidekick. He was a Teen Titan. He was an outsider. He was a Justice League member. He's been Batman. Like he's literally been all over the DC universe. So you can't have it without him, I feel.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How many gems out of that box there, Michael?
There's going to be 30 to 100.
Look at that, guys.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's so sweet. So well, that's some great dialogue for our show, SIIKE.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have to say that I didn't even have to say anything all.
I know. I feel bad. I talk a lot.
No.
It's so good. It was good not to hear Josh. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
not for me. Blue later is going to hate hearing me talk.
Sometimes it's nice for me to just sit back, relax, and not say nothing.
Yeah.
And just have our guests go at it, so.
Well, it meant a lot. And thanks for, again, giving me a space that I could share things that, it's like, for me, I've kind of reverted. Purple has he has a day job. I mainly only exist at nighttime, like he is off working and then Blue will have his time. Then I have my time. And usually my time is dedicated to recording and editing YouTube videos or writing if I have a time to do that. And so I get behind on stuff and I don't have a lot of time to make friends. And so it's been cool that Purple wrote Spidey an email and then Blue kind of got involved and then connected us all together. And now here I am on these shows. It's been a great thing for us. Like mentally making friends is a good thing for us. So thank you guys for having us. It meant a lot.
Where are you at, man? What state?
I live in Florida.
You're in, okay. So
Yeah.
you're in the South. So
yeah.
I would just say, the community welcomes all of y'all,
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot Marvel card collectors in Florida for sure.
And again, we're going to be paying debts for these cards for a while, so I don't know if we'll be buying any cards anytime soon. But we're going to watch all your videos. I'm excited for the Wolverine cards personally, so I'll be watching you guys open those. And if they make blaster boxes of Moon Knights with different inserts in them, we might buy some of those down the line.
Sure.
So but anytime you guys are just looking for someone to come on and just nerd out with, like we'll make time for you guys.
Jeremiah, stop giving me money. I mean, it supports the channel, and that's the main goal. Is
that's very cool.
I hope someday some of the channel is able to give back to the channel. Right? But me and Michael will be opening a fair amount of probably Flare Ultra Wolverine.
Cool.
There's a bunch of newer sets coming out, but every single time we revert back to Flare Ultra Wolverine. It's just in our blood. So
hey, that's good. That's good blood then.
Thank you so much, Jeremiah. You're awesome, buddy. That's
great. Thank you, man.
That's awesome. So
yeah. And thank everyone. Thanks for being here. And thanks again for having me, guys.
Yeah, and we appreciate you and all those in chat that corresponded with SIIKE tonight. And just shared in their thoughts and your questions and everything like that. We appreciate you guys. So for sure.
Love the chat.
So
definitely. And my DMs are open. If you have more questions, you can always hit us up.
Oh, and check his YouTube channel out. I think tomorrow night you're having a special, so
yeah, we're doing 3K live stream.
That out. I did put that in the notes. You can find his YouTube channel and his Instagram. But as well as if you have any questions, just reach out to him. So
that's it.
So don't forget to like the video, guys. Hit subscribe if you like this type of content. Appreciate it. Go to Cool Cards as well. Subscribe to his channel. We appreciate you every Friday. Me and Michael here to give you a different guest, different box of cards, whether it's Marvel or DC. We do care.
Not Fern Gully. We're not doing Fern Gully.
Yes, you will.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
All right, guys. You
All right.
take care. Thanks, guys.
Good night. See you.
Have a good night. We'll see you.